Welcome to day 14, Friday, of the Persona 5 dailies. Today is going to be the last day until we head into the palace tomorrow.
そうだな。
See that I can actually continue going to Takemi and Ryuji's confidants, and while this is advantageous in getting more bonuses from them, I don't want to do it just yet because I don't have access to their to personas of their arcana. So how this game works is that if you have a corresponding persona to the arcana of your confidant, for example, Ryuji is Chariot, you get half added to the total amount of points you would normally get. So say you get, so it's represented in the notes. So instead of getting 2 notes for answering a question positively, you would get 3. And I am trying to maximize things where I can, just so I can do as much in this series as possible. And if anyone's played these games before, can tell you sometimes that can be a bit tricky. It's gotten easier. 3 is definitely by far the hardest to do so, but 5 you still have to make some degree of effort to do it properly. So. Also, how's everyone doing out there? I know this whole pandemic business has gotten a lot of people stressed out, has gotten a lot of people into, a weird new lifestyle. Honestly, like, given current events, this has been really nice just to talk every day to all you lovelies. Given ever since quarantine began with us, I've been working from home, which means I don't get to see all the normies on a daily basis anymore. And on top of that, meeting friends and family online is nice, but so we've all been in sort of a weird time. A lot of the normies and us actually have been using Animal Crossing to connect, and it's been a weird time, guys. It really has, but we're all doing our own part to try to get through this. I know some of you might be unemployed, some of you might be, having people who are affected by this. We've known people who have been affected by the pandemic. So far, everyone we've known has recovered, thankfully, but I know a lot of people out there are struggling. So this series is in part just a way of waking up and talking with everybody, just giving a friendly voice.
Boy.
So yeah, here, now what they've done, previously you would rent each DVD individually, but because of the calendar interrupting that so often, they just decided to say, pay a flat fee at the beginning of the game to unlock this feature, and then you can only have access to one of these at a time. And just forget about like the late fee thing, because literally most of the time you would get it waived because the game recognized that, oh, it was late because you were stuck in story scenes for 7 days. So, a smart choice on P Studios' part.
いろいろ見てってください。
project has certainly kept me occupied. Beyond just work being crazy by itself, adding in a little bit of an extra responsibility has certainly made things tricky, but I have been glad to do it. If we decide to continue doing this is all based on if people are watching, so I hope people are enjoying this. But you know, if not, I'll just find another project to toss myself into, because it's kind of just the person I am. I don't like to be idle. I always try to find something to do. I'm typically doing like 2 things at once, honestly.
つけておこう。
A lot of the changes I've noticed are to overall pushing you to use more options that would otherwise be neglected. The DVDs were one example where the late fees typically made them less optimal to just getting books or doing the cafe or doing the burger place for its like big challenge thing. So instead, they've made it so the burger challenge and the diner are not available until after this arc is finished, so that you actually bother to use the library. Previously, the diner was a clearer and more advantageous option over the library, especially when the library sort of pushes you out. But yeah, like the first time I played, I literally never used the library. I never used that option. I didn't realize you could actually you could rent books from the library, because I just never bothered to walk back in. So this is a good change. And honestly, a lot of the changes I've noticed are positive.
Oh, 帰ったか。
二人ともいい意気込みじゃないか。それにお前にとってもまたとないチャンスのはずだ。今の状況を覆したいならこれを逃す手はないぜ。
So interesting. The news is talking about a bank transfer scam in which young people are being used to move money from one place to another illegally. Put a pin in this. Keep a note of this. This will be worth. This does pay off later on, and in a pretty cool way. case you weren't aware, the original game actually had a lot of DLC, cosmetic DLC outfits, and I didn't end up buying most of them, but apparently with the release of Persona 5 Royal, they just decided that you can download all of the old DLC for free. So here it is. I will be using the outfits just to change up the music, because otherwise there's basically 1 or 2 battle themes throughout every battle in the game otherwise, which, you know, you would think would be a problem, but honestly the music, like those 2 tracks were so good, it didn't bother me that much, but it is really nice to get some extra variety as well. I won't be using the DLC personas, I think. I might once we get to their appropriate levels. If I do end up using them, I'll wait until I have something of comparable stats to do so. Honestly, the outfits, the main thing about the outfits that's great is the music tracks that accompany them. As long as the protagonist is wearing one of these extra outfits from a different game, you will get their accompanying track from that game. So we won't be making use of really any of the DLC accessories. I do intend on using the teen glasses for some farming off screen for Kamoshida's palace. Nothing too major. I ended up ending it a few levels lower than what I wanted to do, and otherwise it's just sort of time consuming, so it seemed like a fair compromise to just decide that I wanted to get a little bit more experience. But yeah, otherwise these can be kind of broken, and I do appreciate the difficulty of this game, the balancing overall, so I don't tend to bother with them too much.
どうする？
This may not come through well in these videos and on the channel, where we are to some degree performers, where we're in front of a camera and, you know, we say all the likes, the subscribes, and all of that, but, you know, we do all care about the other people in the world, and we care about our viewers. You know, not all of the commenters, not all the viewers are nice, but there's enough out there that it is genuinely heartwarming when we get to see so many people who are affected by this content. And for me, personally, I love to share knowledge. I love trivia. You'll see that with the Naruto trivia show that we did a while back. I like information, how things tick, and so the idea of making a series that was basically built around tangential learning at this time of all times just felt like the right idea, and so that's why I ended up doing it. But that in part was also just I really wanted to do something new, just a lot of things, just a lot of tangents, I suppose. If there is an overarching point I'm trying to get with all this rambling, it's the right now, focus on what you love and keep yourself busy. Do something that makes you feel like you're making a difference, and remember that what you do can genuinely have a positive impact on other people. What we get most out of this world, and what we give most out of this world, is energy. And if you love doing something enough, you will make someone else fall in love with something too. Hopefully I can do that for you at some point in the series, but if not, I hope you find something that makes you get up in the morning every day, even during this crazy time, and just get out there and, you know, do it.
戸締まり頼んだぞ。
not much trivia for this day. I've been preparing footage for the next day, which is going to be a pretty big one. Palaces tend to be like big excursions into themselves. And so this is going to be a bit lighter, a bit breezier. Tomorrow is going to be, whew, holy cow, wish me luck, guys. But with that said, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Do all the things YouTubers tell you to do. It genuinely does help get this to the audience that we're trying to find. And yeah, all right, take care. See you tomorrow.